Alright guys, well, I gotta say, it's a lot better than I thought it would be. It is a lot better than I thought it would be going there to MAACO. And you know what? I did my research. I looked at the reviews. I talked to customers that actually have been there to that specific MAACO. And I picked that specific MAACO out because of their reviews and because of the people I talked to. And they knocked it out of the park. And I'm blown away. The color came out exactly how I wanted it. There's a tiny bit of a discrepancy here between the new and the old, and I think that really is just age, because we went over the exact paint code that the previous person who painted the engine bay. I didn't paint the engine bay, I didn't paint the inside. I did paint underneath the car with the Raptor liner, which is all in there and underneath the whole car. And they couldn't find the paint code for the tint that I got for the Raptor liner. But you can see I did all this in the Raptor liner. And it's close to what the original color is. It's not exact. You can see the transition, but I'm not worried about it. We decided that this was not going to be in the quote, which is fine. And this right here, that's the only thing that I have against them, is that they didn't paint this. This is the original paint job right here. I can tell from the roughness of it, but the color is pretty darn close. You know, this was the original paint job right here that somebody else did, and then they blended it in to the new paint job. And yeah, it's not 100% exact, but you know what? As a customer, I was aware of that. I knew that that was going to happen. I talked to them about that, so no fault on them. The only one blemish I can see is right there. Tiny blemish there, which could have been my body work. It probably was my body work. I probably didn't sand that good enough. And there is one dent. We did talk about fixing this dent down here, which they did a wonderful job. They did a spectacular job on that. I don't know if you've seen the previous video footage of it, but this is a little indented here, and I think what happened, and again, I think that's my fault, this got whacked. Okay, this got whacked right here, and I think with the body work that I did, I didn't pick up on it. This is raised a little bit and this is dented a little bit. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might leave that. It looks like they left the tape here on purpose, maybe to kind of try to hide it. They did take some of the tape off, and they did leave some of the tape. That's the other thing, guys. I masked everything. I masked this, I masked my radiator myself, I masked the engine bay myself, and they followed my tape line. Although I see they touched up a couple things here. They followed my tape line. And they didn't get any overspray. That was the other thing. Yeah, there's a little bit of overspray, but you know, hopefully some alcohol will take some of this off. But I've seen some horrific overspray jobs by other shops, and for overspray, to me, this could have been just dust from it sitting in the shop. I don't know. And I masked off all the bolts, and they kept that on there, which is good. I masked off the wipers, which they kept. Very happy with it. And here's the thing, I did not go with the El Cheapo job, right? When you go there to MAACO, they have packages on the wall behind the manager's desk, and they'll point to it and they'll go, this is this price, this is that price. I don't believe they're all the same, but I went for the top of the line package. You know, that's the thing, you can't be cheap, and money is time. So to them, And money is time, and the more time it takes there, the more money it's costing them. And they turned around this car. I dropped this car off exactly 1 week ago. 1 week ago. And they told me it was done today, and I rushed right over there. I paid for a tow truck this time. I didn't even worry about trying to get a trailer to go get it. I just hired a tow truck. Well, you know, why not? Tiny little bit of overspray in there where I have the fuel line. Not too bad on the battery too, and I didn't even cover the battery. And let's see what our little test. Okay, that one's painted. They did paint the door jambs like I asked them to. That was an extra. You know, this was the original color. I don't think they gave me extra. No, that's mine from the previous owner. Feels really smooth. Super tiny blemish there. I'm not too worried. A little bit of a blemish there too. You know, a couple blemishes. You know, that's what hey, you can't expect perfection from, you know, the price that I paid. I paid $2,000 plus tax, and I paid for the base coat, clear coat, and the door jambs was $200. I don't have the hood with me. I didn't have room for it, so I actually haven't seen the hood yet, so hopefully that turned out good too. Underside of the hood they charged me for. Additional little things here and there. The tailgate handles, I forgot to pick those up actually. Tailgate came out perfect. I have that in the car, in my other car. So very happy with it. Very happy with it. I hope the hood turned out well too. Haven't seen the hood yet. That was still in their shop, and I had no room for it, so I just drove my car there. So okay, well, I'm gonna do probably another commentary about it when I get the hood and start putting pieces back together. But I'm awestruck, and you know, I told them they did a wonderful job, and I went into it not expecting perfection. You know, when I go to a place like that, you can't expect perfection. Yes, I paid for the top package, but a little blemish here and there, I'm happy. I mean, this car's been in primer for 8 years. 8 years. And it's finally got color. It's finally got a shine. And it'll be on the road soon. And that makes me happy.